All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down a philosophy that has completely changed how thousands of people see their finances. It's all based on the game-changing book, Your Money or Your Life. And trust me, this is about so much more than just budgeting. It's about getting your life back.
The book starts with a quote that's a real gut punch. It says, "People in industrialized nations used to be called citizens. Now we are consumers," which means people who use up, waste, destroy, and squander. Wow. Right off the bat, it makes you stop and think about the role we're playing in this whole system. Are we really just here to buy stuff?
And that really leads to the central question of this entire idea, and it's a big one. Are you trading your life for a living? I mean, really think about it. Your job, the commute, all the things you buy. Is that trade-off actually making you happy?
Okay, so let's dig into a problem that I think a lot of us feel, even if we don't have a name for it. It's what the book calls the money trap. You know that feeling of being stuck on a treadmill? Work, spend, and for some reason, having more money just doesn't seem to be making us any happier.
So what does the science say? Well, Nobel laureate Daniel Kahneman did the research and he found a number. In the US, at least, emotional well-being pretty much flatlines after you hit an annual income of about $75,000. Any money you make beyond that point just doesn't buy you more day-to-day happiness.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. You see this huge disconnect. On the one hand, if you ask people what they need to be happy, most will say something like, 50 to 100% more income. But on the other hand, the data is crystal clear. Happiness levels off. It's like we're all chasing a finish line that keeps moving, and it wasn't even in the right place to begin with.
So, if chasing more money isn't the answer, what is? Well, this is where the book delivers its core epiphany, a massive mind shift that changes how you see everything. It's the idea of reframing money as something else entirely, your life energy.
So what is life energy? It's simple, really. It is all the hours of your life, all your precious time and energy that you trade for money. That means every single dollar isn't just a piece of paper or a number on a screen. It's a piece of your one, finite life on this planet that you have spent and that you can never, ever get back.
And this isn't just a philosophical idea. You can actually calculate it. The book lays out these steps to find your real hourly wage. First, you add up all the time your job really costs you. Not just the 9 to 5, but the commute, the time you spend getting ready, the time you need to de-stress after. Then you add up all the extra costs, gas, work clothes, the lunches you buy because you're too tired to pack one. You subtract those costs from what you earn to find your real income, and then divide that by your real hours. I'm telling you, when most people do this, the final number is a huge wake-up call.
Okay, so once it clicks that you're spending your life, not just your money, the next logical step is to figure out, well, how much is actually enough for me? This is where you get off the treadmill and start walking the path to real fulfillment.
To help visualize this, the book introduces a brilliant concept called the fulfillment curve. It shows the relationship between how much you spend and how happy you are. But here's the twist. It's not a straight line that goes up forever. At a certain point, spending more actually starts making you less happy.
Let's follow the curve. In the beginning, spending money feels great, right? It covers your survival needs, food, a roof over your head. Then you move up to comforts and even some luxuries that add real joy to your life. You're climbing, you're feeling good, and you're heading toward a peak.
And that peak has a name. Enough. It's the sweet spot. But here's the crazy part. What happens if you just keep spending past that point? The curve starts to dip down. Those luxuries turn into clutter. The stuff you thought you wanted just becomes more stuff you have to manage, maintain, and worry about. More spending starts to create less fulfillment.
So, how do you find your personal enough point? You have to become a detective of your own spending. The book gives you 3 powerful questions to ask about every dollar that goes out the door. The first one brings it all back to that core idea. Did I get fulfillment, satisfaction, and value that was worth the life energy I traded for it?
Now, after you've weighed the value, the second question goes a level deeper. It's not just about satisfaction, it's about integrity. Is this spending in alignment with my values and my purpose in life? In other words, are you spending your precious life energy on the things that actually matter to you, or just stuff?
And this third question, well, this one is a total game changer. It gives you a little taste of what real financial freedom feels like. Ask yourself, how would this purchase be different if I didn't have to work for money? This little question does an amazing job of separating what you truly want from what you buy just because your job makes you feel like you need to.
When you start asking these questions every month, you naturally start optimizing your spending. You cut out the waste and you focus on what brings you joy. And all that conscious effort puts you on a direct path to the ultimate goal of this whole program, reaching what the book calls the crossover point.
To track your journey, you create a simple chart. You can literally put it on your wall. When you start, it probably looks something like this. You've got your income line, but your expense line is right up there with it, eating up almost everything you make. And see that tiny little line at the bottom? That's the income from your investments. It's there, but it's just getting started.
But then, as you apply these principles, something really cool starts to happen. Look at this. As you stop spending your life energy on things that don't matter, your expense line starts to plummet. That creates a huge gap between what you earn and what you spend, and that gap is what you use to build your investments. And look, that investment income line is starting to decline.
And this is the moment you've been working for, the crossover point. It's that beautiful, magical point on the chart where the line for your investment income crosses above your expense line. When that happens, you've done it. You no longer need to trade your time for money to live. You are financially independent.
But what's so powerful about this book is that it argues reaching financial independence isn't just about escaping work. It's about building a fundamentally richer life in every possible way. So what is the real definition of wealth?
Author Vicki Robin calls it the arc. True wealth, true security isn't just a big pile of cash. It rests on 4 pillars. A is for your abilities, your skills, what you can do for yourself. R is for relationships, the strength of your connections with friends and family. K stands for community, with a K to make the acronym work, and it's your local network, your sense of belonging. And finally, S is for your savings. True wealth is having all 4 of these, not just the last one.
Which brings us to the final, and maybe the most profound question the book leaves us with. Once your money is handled, once it's no longer the central drama of your life, what will you use your life energy for? What's it all for?